Have you ever wondered if old age is more than just a collection of wrinkles and silver strands? What if it's a journey into silence, memory, and time itself? Imagine a world where the spirit yearns for simplicity and clarity, desiring stillness over noise, sincerity over charm, and truth over comfort. Could the greatest danger in old age be the people you surround yourself with, rather than disease or loneliness? As we age, our bodies slowly retreat from the hustle and bustle of the outside world, and our spirits begin a profound search for inner peace. It's a time when one craves the tranquility of silence more than the chaos of noise, values sincerity over superficial charm, and seeks truth over mere comfort. Yet, amidst this pursuit, there lurks a subtle danger, not the fear of disease or the pangs of loneliness, but the company of the wrong people. These individuals disrupt our silence, steal our precious time, and cloud our clarity. In the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, a pure mind attracts joy like a shadow that never leaves its side. But how can one maintain a pure mind when surrounded by those who carry inner storms, hidden daggers, or heavy chains of expectations? Zen philosophy teaches us that true freedom doesn't come from escaping the world, but from discerning which connections to sever and which to nurture. In the autumn of life, there's no luxury for repeated mistakes. It's a season for harvesting the soul. This harvest can spoil if cultivated in the company of those who poison our peace. Let us delve into a story woven with teachings, shaped by silence, and awakened by the awareness of whom to gently avoid as the autumn winds begin to stir the mind. The tale of The Silent One and the 6 Lessons of Letting Go begins with a sage sitting alone by a stream. His appearance isn't marked by age but by a timeless presence, his still eyes reflected in the water's surface. Days moved at a gentle pace, as did his thoughts. One misty morning, as the fog lifted to reveal the sun, a weary traveler appeared, frail in body and uncertain in his steps. He carried a deep hunger for peace. The sage observed him quietly as the traveler struggled to sit beside him. After a moment of silence, the traveler whispered, "I have spent years chasing people, ideas, and affection. Now I yearn for peace, but it eludes me." The sage stirred the stream with a wooden stick and finally spoke. "Peace does not flee from you. It is you who invite thieves into its presence." The traveler then asked, "Who must be left behind, especially as one grows older?" With a faint smile, the sage began his lesson. The first lesson was about the gossiper, the thief of silence. The sage advised, "Steer clear of those who whisper about others. They are like leeches on silence. In old age, silence becomes sacred, and the mind no longer wishes to be bombarded by endless analyses of others' lives." Gossip is not merely noise. It is a poison that seeps in through curiosity and lingers as a disturbance. Listening to gossip trains your mind to judge, compare, and expect, carrying stories that aren't yours. Worse still, a gossiper is never loyal. One who gossips to you will surely gossip about you. The second lesson focused on the complainer, the erosion of gratitude. The sage placed a stone beside the traveler, saying, "This is the complainer, always heavy, never warm." Complaining differs from seeking change. It feeds on discontent. Regardless of the situation, the complainer finds shadows in sunlight and bitterness in sweetness. In old age, strength comes not from the body but from perspective. Gratitude is the medicine of aging, keeping the heart soft even as joints grow stiff. A complainer erodes this medicine, training your vision to see only decay and injustice. Avoid them, for they make every moment a burden. The third lesson was about the manipulator, the illusion of love, drawing a circle on the ground and erasing part of it. The sage explained, manipulators never allow the circle to close. Peace is always incomplete around them. They create guilt and offer affection tied with strings. Their loyalty serves only the desires. In old age, manipulators appear needy, always asking for help but never contributing. They play with emotions, portraying themselves as victims or saviors to control you. To them, your kindness is a tool, not a treasure. Let manipulators walk their own path. Freedom from them is recovery, not cruelty. The fourth lesson concerned those who never listen. The walls disguised as friends. Picking up a shell, the sage held it to his ear, saying, "Some people are so full of themselves that no other voice finds space in their presence. They speak often but listen rarely, seeking advice only to reject it. As one ages, the need to be heard deepens. Stories and insights ask for gentle ears. Those who never listen leave you feeling invisible, draining without return. Avoid them, for your wisdom deserves to land, not echo." As the sage shared these lessons, the traveler listened intently, realizing the importance of letting go of those who do not serve his soul. The journey of understanding and acceptance was just beginning. Stay with us as we continue this exploration into the final chapters, where the sage reveals more about the hidden insecurities of those who compete and the subtle art of letting go, guiding us deeper into the essence of true peace and freedom in the twilight of life. As we continue our journey into understanding the essence of aging gracefully, we are reminded of the lessons learned about the company we keep. In this next chapter, we explore the subtle yet impactful presence of the competitive spirit. The competitor in our lives often wears a mask of camaraderie. They may shower you with compliments, yet their words are laced with comparisons. They recount tales of their superior achievements, their greater struggles, or how their children and possessions outshine yours. Initially, this seems harmless, even friendly, but over time, you realize that to maintain harmony with them, you must diminish yourself. Old age should be a time of celebrating survival, not engaging in comparisons. The journey has been long, and the battles hard fought. To share stillness with someone should feel safe, not like a contest of past glories. As Buddhism teaches us, comparison is the thief of joy. Those who compete always rob moments of sincerity. It is best to let them go. Your path does not need a reflection. It requires a sanctuary. Then, there are those who fear everything, the eternal bearers of doom. The sage looked to the sky and observed. Not all clouds bring rain, yet some cause people to carry umbrellas throughout their lives. The fearful ones tread with apprehension. They anticipate illness in every ache, betrayal in every smile, and misfortune behind every blessing. Their constant caution, worry, and warnings create an atmosphere of anxiety. In old age, the soul should float lightly. Fear forges chains that bind the mind to suffering. A fearful companion infects your courage, making you question your joy, your choices, your steps. While fear is natural, perpetual fear is not. Zen philosophy shows us that a mind filled with fear sees only obstacles, while a mind free of fear sees the path ahead. Avoid those who drown your faith with their fears. Compassion does not mean carrying their storm. The lesson of the stream is clear. As the sage concluded, the traveler gazed once more at the stream, its surface undisturbed. "I now understand," said the traveler. "These 6 types of people disrupt the waters of peace." The sage nodded in agreement. In youth, we strive to belong. In old age, we learn to be selective. Not everyone deserves a place in your space. The people you allow near your spirit determine whether you age with grace or sorrow. The traveler closed his eyes, and for the first time in many years, he felt a moment of pure silence, unshared, unpolluted, complete. Why is avoiding these 6 an act of sacred compassion? Avoiding does not equate to hating or judging. It means choosing self-preservation over sacrifice. In youth, one gives freely. In age, one must protect what remains. Remember, the gossiper robs your silence, the complainer starves your gratitude, and the manipulator twists your kindness. The one who never listens dulls your wisdom. The competitor buries your joy. The fearful one chains your freedom. Old age is not a decline, it is a refinement. It is the season where only truth remains. To keep that truth pure, one must have the courage to close certain doors. Zen does not teach isolation, it teaches clarity. It whispers, walk only with those who water your roots, not those who trample your flowers. So, walk with peace, choose with clarity, and let silence be your most loyal companion. The sacred silence of separation is not merely about remembering these teachings. It is about reshaping an inner world tired from too much noise and too little nourishment. Avoiding these 6 types of people is not an act of coldness but one of liberation. The goal is not to judge their paths but to honor your own. As the body ages, the soul speaks more clearly. Needs change. What once seemed bearable now feels unbearable. What once felt tolerable now feels toxic. This is not weakness, this is awakening. In youth, survival often depends on belonging to the group. In maturity, peace depends on detaching from the wrong group. The Buddha once shared, an insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. In old age, wounds to the mind linger longer and heal slower. Protecting that peace becomes not a privilege but a responsibility. Reflect on each. The gossiper, a poison disguised as curiosity. When someone constantly shares others' secrets, mistakes, or faults, they plant seeds of restlessness in your mind. Avoiding the gossiper is not simply about morality, it is about maintaining stillness. They scatter attention and pollute the air with stories that don't belong in your space. Protect your ears like sacred gates. The complainer erodes inner wealth. Gratitude becomes gold in later life. Every breath, sunrise, and warm cup is a miracle. But the complainer blinds you to these gifts. Their words shift your focus to lack, not abundance. Being near a complainer trains your thoughts to find what's wrong, not what's beautiful. If you want your final years to feel light, walk with those who lift the spirit, not those who bury it beneath complaints. The manipulator, the hidden thief of energy, arrives subtly. Manipulation comes as guilt, obligation, and emotional debt. Reflection reveals that kindness without boundaries leads to exhaustion. In old age, energy is precious. The manipulator censors and uses this, wrapping demands in stories of loyalty, love, or need, but never in genuine respect. If your love is constantly used as a tool for control, it is no longer love, it is servitude. The one who never listens is a void in human form. Words mean nothing when they fall on deaf ears. They leave you feeling alone, even when you're not. In later years, wisdom seeks expression, lessons want sharing, emotions need witnessing. True companionship is about presence with attention. If someone cannot offer their ears, they do not deserve your truth. The competitor casts a shadow of insecurity. Aging brings enough changes, slower steps, forgotten names, fading strength. The last thing needed is comparison, yet the competitor draws you into that prison, the joy dependent on proving superiority. If someone's happiness requires your dimming, they were never light. Distance becomes mercy for both. The one who fears everything paralyzes progress. Fear whispers, "Don't try," and screams, "What if?" They drown your courage with warnings. Seeing danger in peace, loss in love, failure in change. Courage is needed in your final chapters to forgive, love, try new things, or sit alone. Fearful people freeze you, creating an invisible cage called protection. You do not owe your final years to someone else's unhealed past. Let fear stay behind as you walk forward in trust. The grace of absence, choosing emptiness over poison, may reduce your circle but not your loneliness. Zen teaches, better to be alone than in bad company. In solitude, you may finally hear your spirit's voice, undisturbed, undiluted. When the wrong people are removed, the right thoughts arrive. When noise departs, insight enters. When the soul is no longer bruised by others' chaos, it begins to sing again. Avoiding is not cruelty, it is clarity, and clarity is compassion for yourself and even for those left behind. By no longer enabling their behavior, you allow them to meet the mirror of their own mind. You are not alone, you are becoming whole. In your old age, return to your most honest self, the version that no longer performs, pleases, or fears. Surround yourself with those who nourish, listen, and understand. Save your energy for meaningful words, warm silences, tender moments with yourself and those who carry light. This is not selfish, this is sacred. When your final breath is near, let it be taken in peace. Not with regrets noise, but with self-respect silence. Walk away, walk alone, walk wisely, and peace will always walk beside you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.